Okay, let's talk about it then. I've been putting this off. Manchester City 3, Liverpool 0. It's a thumping at the Etihad, isn't it? There is no... I wish I could frame this in any other light. I wish I could say, oh, I'm just happy with how the team went out and performed, and City were just a better team, which they were, but we were great. No. It was a thumping, wasn't it? It was boys against men out there, and it's wildly confusing. I've taken a couple of days to make this video because I didn't want to sort of act on emotion or just, say anything rash after it and how you're feeling, get caught up in the moment and stuff. I wanted to just take a few days to sort of digest the result, think about what I wanted to say, and I don't really know what to say is the quite honest answer to it. It was just not a very good game, was it? Really, quite honestly speaking, it was a very forgettable game. There was no real big moments for Liverpool where I was like, oh, that's a great one to remember. Like, I genuinely thought across the entirety of the pitch, everybody was off it at the same time. I thought everybody coordinatedly had not a very good game. There were players that were better and players that were certainly worse. But genuinely speaking, if you compare that to the two games before, everybody was just noticeably worse. And I don't really understand why. I mean, I thought if there was 3 games that we were going to win in this bad run, it would be these games because we always get up for them. And that happened with the Villa game. That happened with the Real Madrid game. They were so up for it. And I thought, okay, we've got longer to rest in between the Madrid game and the City game than City do. So we should arguably have an upper foot on it, and we should really be up for it. And that was it. The players just really were not up for it. It's like they just didn't want to be on the pitch. And that's what concerns me about this Liverpool team at the moment. I've said this before. I'm not, going to be doing Arne Slot out and things like that. I think that we need to have time and faith in the manager, especially given what happened last year. But there's definitely a morale problem. I don't know what it is, whether there's a bad influence on the team somewhere or somebody's not in a great place and it's reflecting badly on the team or what, or the training's too hard or what. I really don't know what's going on, but it just seems like there's something that's causing an issue within the squad. Like, this isn't a matter of they're not good players. They are good players. A couple of them look tired and leggy. I thought Robertson looked leggy. And I think maybe that's just, I hold my hands up and I said, Robertson has to start at left back because he's been so good. We saw last season that he does struggle to play 90 minutes consecutively now. And maybe I was wrong to say that, Robertson should be playing. But then that's it. Based on his form alone and not bringing fitness into it, he should be playing. And that's a problem because the left back that we've brought in as our as our substitute or replacement, however you want to look at it, isn't good enough. It isn't up to the task right now. We sent Tsimikas out on a loan, who was our other left back fill-in, who I think we can all agree wasn't particularly up to scratch either to fill the boots of Robertson. And it seems like we've replaced him with somebody else who also cannot just come in and fit into the mould. And that is genuinely a problem. A problem that needs to be addressed by Arne Slot, by the team, and it needs to be done quickly, unfortunately, because you don't get much time in football to fix things. And at the moment, if Robertson cannot be playing every other game, we need to be making sure that when somebody comes in, sure, they may not be 100% on the level that Robertson is. He's an exceptional player, but they need to at least not be detrimental to the team. And that's the issue with Kirkes at the moment. I feel like he is detrimental to the team because he is unsettling that back line. So, yeah, not genuinely a positive performance all round. It's hard to be optimistic in these times, isn't it? It really is. And it's also hard to sort of point the finger and say this is what's wrong, because I don't think there is one specific thing that's wrong this year. I think there's multiple reasons. I think that obviously a really, really big problem this season, which has been overlooked, is that real life football is an ultimate team. You can't just buy players and expect them all to just immediately gel. It's not just, oh, they're going to work. Players need to work together and get to know each other and build up a relationship, and that only happens on the pitch and in training. So ultimately that's going to take time. It's probably taken a little bit longer than we wanted to with a few players, but maybe that's because they've come into a squad that's not a massively confident or happy squad at the moment. You have to also bring up the fact that we lost Diogo Jota, and people say, oh, well, that won't have an effect on the new players. Of course it will. One, footballers know each other, right? And and even if they don't, they're going to be looking at it going, Jesus, he was just doing like what I'm doing and he died. That's crazy. But two, he's coming into a squad where there's players that did know Jota and their morale's going to be down because of it. And they're going to be every single day going into the dressing room, seeing the space in the dressing room where Jota once was. They're going to be hearing the song play out 20 minutes from the crowd. Not saying we should stop that or anything. I'm just saying these are things that are happening and it's going to have an effect on the existing squad. Van Dijk, Salah. Salah's a big one, especially for that attacking front where Wirtz has come into. He's been obviously massively criticised. I actually thought he played okay against City. I think he had his best game. I thought he was a little bit too weak sometimes against some of the players, but he ran. He tried his best the whole time. He gave it his all, and I think that's more you can say than a lot of the players on the pitch. But he's come in and he's a player that's going to be hoping to bounce off players like Salah, and he would have bounced off Jota if Jota was here. I think that maybe we made a mistake in selling Luis Diaz and Núñez in the same transfer window. I think that we, you add on the fact that we lost Jota as well. We lost 3 of our attacking players in one window, and we brought in 2 of the best strikers in the world, but they don't do what those players did. Isak and Ekitike are not replacements for Jota, Diaz, and Núñez. I mean, okay, so they might correlate a little bit more of what we wanted Núñez to do. Great, but Luis Diaz was very much a runner. He would always run. He would always press the ball. He'd always go and get the ball, and he'd be great at delivering the ball as much as he was scoring. And that's something that we haven't really seen as much from Gakpo this year. Ekitike isn't pressing as much as Jota did. Jota would always come on and make a massive difference, chasing the ball from the front. And we've lost that first line of defence. So, of course, the rest of our team is going to be a little bit unsettled by that. So there's a massive fallout, I think, for multiple reasons this year. And to point the finger at one of them, or just point the finger at the manager and say, well, he's rubbish then. He got lucky last season. It's stupid. It really is. As I said, come to the end of the season, if he doesn't manage to turn anything around or make any sort of difference, then that's when we start to worry. But right now, in this moment, it's a crisis that he hasn't caused, and he's having to fix it. That's his job. But these things take time, especially when it's morale and mental health based. You can't just apply a fix. We can't just give Salah a drink and say, here you go, mate. You feel better now. It doesn't work like that. There's no medicine to cure what's going on up there, and it may take a while for him to heal and feel comfortable on the pitch again. At the moment, it's going to be a lot clouding him. So, yeah, obviously, I thought Salah was off it, and I don't think that Ekitike had an amazing game, but I don't think that he should have come off when he did. I thought that the changes should have been made at half time, and this is why I say, you don't start all the Arne Slot out stuff, but you can criticise things that he does. So these are my criticisms of Arne Slot. I thought the lineup was fine. That was the lineup that I would have gone with. I said in the video last week, so I'd be a hypocrite now to say I didn't. I said we should go with the same lineup we did for Real Madrid. Maybe that was a mistake because of fitness and stamina, but I don't know those factors when I'm choosing it. I'm just going off form. Right? I thought they all played incredibly against Real Madrid. If we could replicate that performance from them all against City, we'll probably win. That didn't happen, obviously. But I didn't think that the lineup was bad. I thought that was great. I did, however, think that he left it far too late to change things. I thought we was far too passive in the first half. We sat back, just sort of let them do their thing rather than taking it to them or at least even trying to counter more. I thought the pace was just gone. It was off it. And then half time, I think we all expected there to be some changes. I thought Salah should have come off at half time. I don't know why. I get he's a massive player and he's a big star for us, but he's played a lot of games recently. So if he's not playing well, bring him off. Give him a rest. He's not going to like it. Of course he's not. No player likes to come off. But he was playing the worst at that time at the front and we needed a goal. We needed a goal fast. What the hell has Chiesa got to do to play right wing? He always comes on up front as a striker. He plays better as a winger. Why the hell is he not coming on for Salah? I don't get it. Half-time should have come out and Chiesa should have been where Salah was. 100%. I thought Wirtz could have stayed on. Ekitike, probably the most chance of getting us a goal, so fine. That stays as it is. I thought McAllister was really leggy, so you could have potentially brought on Jones. That would have worked. I thought Robertson, again, was a bit meh. But would I have risked bringing him off at halftime? Probably not. Probably would have kept him on for a little bit. But halftime, I probably would have taken off McAllister for Curtis Jones and or taken off Salah for Chiesa and see how that goes. Jones makes stuff happen, and Chiesa he's just an athlete, isn't he? He just runs so much. And then if it, was progressing, we might have got a goal. We might have got back into the game. It could have changed the momentum of things. Then I would have probably brought Kirkes on. I'm not even going to talk about the VAR and that, by the way, because it didn't change the outcome of the game. Could it have changed momentum? I don't know. I don't know with these things. That's the thing. That's my problem with football and decisions now. And this is all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk about the individual decision or whether I think it was right or wrong or whatever, because it's pointless. It's not going to change anything. We've had decisions go against us before. It's affected us in the league. I bring up Tottenham. It doesn't change anything. Nothing ever changes. This is the issue with VAR. The problem with VAR that I have is the consistency. There is none. There's absolutely none. There's no consistency in the decision making to the point where there can be the decision made one week and the same exact thing can be replicated next week and they go a completely different way. And this is the issue. There's too much opinion in it. There's just far too much opinion in it. And I don't know now when I'm watching football whether things are going to be ruled out or not, because it just depends on who's on, and it's just not right. It just tires me. I'm just bored of it. I'm really fucking bored of it. Like, I'm not moaning about VAR and all that, not being Liverpool or anything like that. I'm just literally saying, for the fun factor of football, and I think every football fan can agree, I'm fucking tired of it. I just want to celebrate a goal when it goes in. I look down, I don't see the offside flag up. I'm like, great, cool, I can celebrate. And then they're checking on the build-up, something that happened 5 minutes ago. It's like, fucking hell, but do you not want people to enjoy the game? It just takes all the momentum out of it. And I'm sure the same is happening in stadiums as well. You see it with fans not wanting to celebrate a goal because they're not sure. And I'm just bored of it. I really am. I'm bored of VAR being the main character all the time. I watch Liverpool Man City and I want Liverpool and Man City to be the things that I'm watching for. I don't want to care about who's the fucking referee. I don't want to care about who's on the fucking VAR today. I don't want to even think about those things, but I am. Before the game even begins, I'm going, who's the ref? He don't fucking like us. He's had loads of shit against us before. Who's on VAR? We've got no chance. Like, I'm just sick and tired of it. I really am. It used to just be, if you got a ref that hated you, you knew that the ref was going to hate you and you weren't going to get decisions go your way. But now, you got the ref that might not like you, you got the fucking fourth official that might not like you, you got the person in the VAR box that might not like you, and it's just like, just give it a rest, mate. Just fucking give it a rest. The offside thing, great. I love that now. We have a very clear, no bullshit, automated system. Should have been there from the beginning. That's brilliant. I love that. But the fucking, do you know what? I don't know why we don't just go back to the ref on the pitch just making a decision. Genuinely. And it because I feel like there's more errors now. They brought it in to stop there being, the ref saw something that didn't happen or he didn't see something that did happen. But I feel like there's more errors now that they've brought that in than when it didn't. So whatever. It is what it is. Nothing's going to change. The PGMOL and the FA and everything have made it very clear that they don't give a fuck what the fans think. They really don't. They do not give a shit about what the fans think. They don't care about the people who go to the stadiums. They don't care about the people that watch at home. Constantly, they make that abundantly clear. So nothing's going to change. So there's no point even complaining. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. It didn't change the outcome of the game though. Even if we got that goal, I don't think we would have won the game. City were miles better than us, and that's a problem that we need to look at. We need to fix it because it looks like morale. It looks like focus. It looks like energy. It's not talent. We haven't got bad players. We haven't got a bad manager. We haven't got bad coaches, but for some reason we can't get them to play every single week consistently. So yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments of what you thought of the game. And obviously we look ahead now. We've got a little bit of a break with the international break now, so we get to see how the players perform for their international teams, because that'll be an interesting one. Because last time when we was playing badly, they all went and played pretty well internationally, which is a slight worry. So we'll have to wait and see now how they all play for their international teams respectively. I saw Chiesa rejected his national call-up, which is interesting. And if he just doesn't want to get injured or what. But I do feel for him a little bit because it feels like he's committing a lot to Liverpool and trying his best, you know, and I feel like he could do a ritual sacrifice for Arne Slot and he still wouldn't get a start. I don't get it. I really don't. But yeah, I'd love to know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And we all get to have a little bit of a respite now before football returns and enjoy the internationals without it being too much of a stress. And yeah, then Liverpool return and hopefully the international break will do us good. But we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.